Hi, it's Morgan and welcome to the Dove's Nest. In today's video, I've got a confession. Yes, as I mentioned in today's video, I have a little bit of a confession for you, and that confession is, you guys, I'm a mess and my life is a mess. And living in chaos and construction for the last 7 months has not helped me at all. It's made things worse. I used to have a friend tell me all of the time, messy bed, messy head. And what she meant by that was when my environment is a mess and cluttered and chaos, my head was a mess. I wasn't able to function properly. I'm not able to get things done. I'm not able to focus on one task because all I can think about is the 100 other things that I need to do. It's a disaster. Living in a construction zone for the last almost 8 months has not helped that at all. But again, I have a confession. I'm not just a mess because of construction. I'm just a mess. I'm a very type B, creative, go with the flow kind of a person. However, I'm also the kind of person who thrives with organized routines, organized systems in place, and minimal stuff. The problem is, I noticed very early on in college, I don't seem to be capable of creating those systems and routines of organization for myself, and so I just constantly feel like I'm behind or constantly feel like I'm drowning. I also am a bit of a pack rat. I get really emotionally tied to things, especially crap that doesn't matter, and I have a really hard time of letting it go. And so one thing that we've learned during this flood process is that we need to get rid of stuff. And way back before our house flooded, in this video here, I'm going to link it up here, I was talking about how I was just starting to get started with a sort of hybrid clean mama, FlyLady cleaning routine system. And I was doing really well, implementing those daily strategies, those daily tasks, setting the timer and just doing what I needed to do. And then our house flooded and I haven't had to clean my own house since June of 2019. So clearly I'm out of the habit. Now the thing was, I realized I was sort of just doing FlyLady routines based on what I thought they were. So I decided to go to the library and actually check out the FlyLady's book so I could learn what the heck her system was all about. It was life-changing. I have read this book cover to cover. This is now my purchased copy 3 times since October of 2019. Since October, it's now February. I've read this book 3 times. It's amazing and it speaks to my soul. I, for the first time, realized I'm not lazy because I know I'm not. And so when somebody says that I'm lazy because I can't seem to manage my chaos in my home, I get really offended. I'm not someone who's ever felt misunderstood my whole life, but what really spoke to me about sync reflections was when Marla talks about how we have the type of personalities where we are perfectionists. And that's me to a T. I plan everything. I organize everything on paper in my head. I have the plan. I'm a perfectionist. There are no mistakes in the plan, but what I have is a problem with execution. I don't ever execute that plan. So it just sits there collecting dust, whether it's in my head or on my computer or on paper. And that's what Marla says, is we plan to clean, and then we get so overwhelmed by everything that has to be done that we just don't do any of it. Because in our minds, it's better to do nothing than to only get through part of it and have it not be perfect. You guys, fireworks went off when I read that, and I just realized, like, this is my system. Like, this is what I have to do. I have to adopt this system. And so that's kind of where we're starting. Now, I'm going to sort of take you around my house and show you like a messy house tour. Now, I want to give you full disclosure. This is not how my house looked back in June. This is not what it normally looks like. Because we had the remodel and everything was in boxes, we already sort of started unpacking those boxes and only keeping what we wanted to keep. I'm not trying to become a minimalist. However, if you have seen the Minimalist Mom here on YouTube, she makes minimalism a lot easier of a pill to swallow. And so I'm sort of trying to go in that direction. Just get rid of all the stuff that's just creating chaos in my bed, chaos in my head, right? So we sort of unpacked boxes and started getting rid of things already. And then I decided, you know what, I have to film this because Marla, one of her big points is that you cannot clean clutter. So before she even teaches you what her cleaning routines and systems are, she tells you you have to do a massive declutter. Now she suggests a big like 21-day declutter project. Because of what we've already done so far, I've broken mine into just over 2 weeks. So every day for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be decluttering something in my home, whether it's unpacking boxes and decluttering whatever I need to out of those boxes, or parts of my home that are already put back together and they just need to get touched on. So that's where I'm starting with this FlyLady system. I can't clean clutter. I have lots of clutter to get rid of. So I'm going to be creating a playlist, and then every day for the next, it's just over 2 weeks. I think I have 17 days worth of declutter projects. So every day I'm just going to pick a spot in my home and I'm going to purge it. And I love that, like, she doesn't mean declutter, like go through and pick out a few things. She means purge, like get rid of the crap, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing. Once the declutter project is done, I'm really going to dive deep into the FlyLady system because I just think it's the only system that I'm really going to be able to stick to because it's so encouraging. It stresses baby steps, like do one thing every day. Just do one thing. And if you don't finish it and it's not perfect, fine. And I think these exercises are really going to help me let go of the perfectionist control.
Let go of the perfectionist control.
Right? Like if I can only clean for 1 hour a day because my timer says I only have an hour, then I just have to wait till next time to finish cleaning it. And it's gonna be a really interesting challenge to see how I do and if I can maintain these things. One of the reasons I just fell in love with Steph from The Secret Slob is because she's so real and honest. Like she took us on a house tour and showed us the mess that we all try to hurry and shove in the hallway closet. You know, when anyone tells us that they're coming over, like just gather all the crap and shove it in the closet out of sight. And she showed us, like she laid it out there. And I love that. I love that she went through and did all of the baby steps of the FlyLady system to help herself create habits and hold herself accountable. And so I'm gonna sort of do the exact same thing that Steph did. Another thing that I really loved about the FlyLady is that she makes a very big differentiation between people like me who thrive in an organized, routine environment but can't seem to create it for ourselves, and then those people who just always seem to have it together. So in Marla's book, she calls that other class of people BOs. Born organized people. And I feel like here on YouTube, a lot of those homemaking and clean with me and, you know, organization videos and channels, the creators of those channels are BOs. And I'm just not one of them. You know, like you look at them and they're cleaning their house and they're having these all day extreme clean with me's, and it's like, why didn't you do that? Your house is already clean. And I love watching those. Like when I'm cooking dinner, whenever I'm cleaning, I've got one of those YouTubes playing because I love them. I think they're so inspiring and so motivational. And at the same time, I just can't relate because their house is already clean and they're cleaning it. And I'm like, I'm drowning in like Christmas decorations in February. Like I can't relate to you. I am a self-proclaimed hot mess mom. I'm that mom. My kids are there at preschool drop-off and kindergarten drop-off. But like I'm a mess. I'm in sweats. My hair's not washed. I've got yesterday's makeup on. My kid might be forgetting that paper he needed me to sign, but like we're there. You know what I mean? And it's because I'm so disorganized and my life feels chaotic because there's just so much chaos everywhere. And so I really need to try to minimalize the chaos so I can get organized, so I can stay organized, so I can have routines to help my future self. I'm a wedding photographer and my assistant photographer is always telling me, do things today to help future Morgan. So I want to encourage you, do one thing today to help your future self, whether it's organize a cluttered spot in your house, or whether it's follow me along on my journey and do the exact same thing in your home. Like we are going to get through this together. So I just want to say, if you are like me, if you are like Steph from The Secret Slob, stay tuned. I've got so many videos. I'm really, really trying to implement this system every day. I'm breaking it down for you. We're going through baby step by baby step, again, starting with the big declutter project. And then we're gonna move on to building our routines, our morning, our afternoon, our evening routine, our daily routine, our zone cleaning routines. Like, I've got all of it coming, and I'm so excited to dive into it baby step by baby step, because I know if I jump in head first, I'm just gonna sink. And I really want to swim. Now that my house is almost done with the remodel, it's beautiful, and I wanna keep it that way. So if you're interested in following me along on this journey and maybe starting a journey on your own, be sure to click that subscribe button. If you have any questions or any video ideas that you'd like to see me create, go ahead and leave those in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video.